Everywhere you go, someone's talking, not to you, at you, telling you what to believe, how to act, what to want, what to chase. You get on the bus, someone's bragging. You walk through the hallway, someone's flexing. You scroll your feed, and there it is. He's more successful. She's more attractive. They're living a life you haven't even dreamed of yet. And suddenly, that inner peace you were holding on to, it cracks. Because now you're questioning yourself. You start wondering if you're behind. You start doubting your pace, your plan, your value, your path, and it eats away at you. Quietly at first, then louder, like a storm inside your chest that just won't shut up. That's the noise. And it's everywhere. It's in the music, in the ads, in the comment section. It's your friend telling you you're not doing enough. It's your relatives comparing you to someone else's kid. It's society holding a stopwatch to your dreams, yelling, faster, better, more. And here's the thing, if you don't learn to silence it, not with your hands over your ears, but with your mind sharpened like a blade, you will live your whole life trying to impress instead of trying to become. You'll spend years performing for people who wouldn't even clap if you won. You'll spend energy trying to be seen instead of being great. And the scariest part, you might forget who you were even trying to be in the first place. The world is loud, but you don't have to be. The world doesn't whisper, it screams. It pushes you into a mold. It throws you into a race you never signed up for. And then it asks you why you're tired. Be more, do more, look like this, think like that. It never stops. And most people, they fall for it. They see someone else's smile on a screen and assume that person's whole life is perfect. They compare their real pain to someone else's fake perfection. They measure their self-worth by someone else's numbers. But here's the cold truth. Most of what you see is fake, rented, filtered, edited, scripted. Most people are out here trying to win approval from strangers who don't even think about them twice. They wear masks they can't take off. They speak like they've got it all together, but inside they're hollow. They're exhausted from pretending, because pretending is heavy, and lies always cost more than the truth. It's all noise, and if you let it in, it will drown you. It'll bury your instincts under doubt. It'll kill your momentum with distraction. It'll have you trying to keep up with people you don't even like. So let me ask you something real. When was the last time you heard your own voice without the echo of the world in your ears? When was the last time you sat down? No music, no validation, no scrolling, just you and the truth? When was the last time you moved because it felt right to you? Not because it was trendy, not because it was easy, but because it was yours. Because that's where the shift happens. That's where the fire starts. It's not in the noise. It's in the silence. It's in the space where you stop being distracted and start being dangerous. Because now you're moving with intention. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to be seen to be valuable. You don't need the crowd to validate your vision. Let them talk. Let them laugh. Let them doubt. You're not here to impress the world, you're here to change it. And that starts by learning to move in silence, focused, clear, relentless. Because while the world yells, you build, you rise, you work. And when you speak with results. Because a man who knows his path doesn't have to shout. His discipline is the volume. His work ethic is the statement. And his life, that's the proof. The path is yours, so are the rules. When you finally shut out the noise, when you stop scrolling, comparing, and seeking validation from people who don't even know who they are, something shifts, something powerful. You start to hear something deeper than the chaos. You start to hear clarity. And in that clarity, you realize something most people never will. You don't have to follow anyone's timeline. not your parents, not your friends, not societies. You don't have to do things the way they've always been done. You don't need to go fast to go far. You don't need to be loud to be respected. And you definitely don't need to be seen to be successful. Your goals, they can be different. They should be. Let them call you crazy. Let them misunderstand. You weren't built to fit in. You were built to break the mold. Your success, it can be quiet. It can be slow. It can be built brick by brick in the shadows while the world screams for attention and burns out chasing trends. While they're busy trying to look successful, you'll be out here becoming unstoppable. Because you're not here to impress, you're here to progress. And sometimes that means making tough calls. It means cutting out the voices, even the ones closest to you, that don't understand your fire, even if they mean well, even if they love you. Even if they think they're protecting you, they won't always get it. And that's okay. It's not their dream. It's not their mountain. It's not their blood, sweat, and late nights. It's not their path to walk. It's yours. So walk it like a man, with your head up, with purpose, with grit in your chest and steel in your spine, even if no one claps, even if no one notices, even if it's just you showing up, grinding, learning, getting better. Because this is what real men do. They don't whine, they don't beg, they build in silence, in solitude, in strength. And one day when the noise dies down and the crowd moves on to the next distraction, you'll still be there, standing, solid, unshakable. Because the dream doesn't become real when the world believes in you. It becomes real when the noise becomes irrelevant. So walk your path, live by your rules, and never forget, lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. The noise won't stop, so you have to learn to move anyway. Let's get real. The noise, it doesn't stop, it doesn't fade. It doesn't care about your dreams, your plans, or how badly you want it. The noise is permanent. It shows up in your family, in your so-called friends, in the scroll of social media, in the disapproving comments. People will always talk, and they talk the loudest when they see someone trying to break free. Because deep down, your effort reminds them of their excuses. Your drive shines a light on everything they're not doing, and that makes people uncomfortable. So what do? They throw shade, they spread doubt, they minimize your goals, they mock your consistency, they whisper like they know better, but they've done nothing. They've built nothing, achieved nothing, but still, they talk like they're qualified to judge you. Let me tell you something. Most people never make it. Not because they weren't gifted, not because they weren't smart, but because they let the noise become their truth. They let outside voices drown out the fire inside. And that's the real tragedy. They were built for more, but they settled. They had the tools, but they stopped using them. They let opinions become chains. They let judgment become paralysis. But you're not most people. You've had enough of living small, enough of shrinking just to fit in, enough of caring about who claps, who laughs, or who understands. You're not here to be understood. You're here to become undeniable. You're not walking this path for validation. You're walking it because something in your gut tells you this is who you're supposed to become. It's not about ego, it's not about fame, it's about evolution, it's about the man you're becoming, a man with standards, a man with purpose, a man who doesn't need noise, praise, or permission. Listen, if you want to be great, you've got to accept something most people never do. It's going to be loud, there will be doubt, there will be criticism, there will be moments you question everything, your path, your ability, your reason for starting. But what separates the elite from the average isn't talent, it's not luck. It's the ability to keep moving through the noise, no matter how loud it gets, no matter how heavy the pressure feels, no matter who doesn't believe, even if nobody does. You have to keep your vision locked in, eyes forward, chin up, chest out. Not arrogant, just undeniably certain, because you don't need their approval, you don't need their permission. You just need to decide, I'm doing this, and nothing's going to stop me. The world will throw distractions. It will test your focus, your patience, your hunger. But your job is simple. Don't stop, don't fold, don't flinch. Let them talk. Let them underestimate. Let them doubt you, because one day they'll look back and say, damn, I didn't see it then, but he really did it. And that day, that moment, it won't matter what they said, because you'll already be too far ahead for the noise to catch up. So walk with discipline, train with intensity, speak with purpose, and move like a man on a mission. Because that's exactly who you are. You weren't made to be average. You weren't made to sit on the sidelines. You were made to lead, to build, to rise. The noise won't stop. So learn to move anyway. Stay locked in. Your focus is your power. Let me tell you something real. In this noisy, distracted world, focus is a superpower. Not money, not status, not talent. Focus. The ability to lock in while everyone else drifts off. Because while they're busy chasing clout, you're chasing purpose. While they're watching others win, you're building in silence, brick by brick. While they're lost in likes, you're dialed in on legacy. That's what separates the boys from the men. It's not genetics, it's not luck, it's the ability to block out the noise and get back to work. See, this world is full of distractions, your phone, their opinions, the pressure, the fear. But when you're locked in, nothing touches you. You don't flinch, you don't fold. You don't get caught up in the drama, the gossip, the trends. Why? Because you've got a mission, a vision, something deep in your chest that keeps burning when everything else fades. You don't need permission. You don't need a crowd clapping. You don't need to announce every move. You move in silence. You grind in silence. And when it's time, you let your results speak so loud they shut the room down. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being popular. It's not about being seen. It's about showing up when it's hard, when it's boring, when no one is watching, when you feel tired, when you feel doubt creeping in. You stay locked in anyway, because that's where the real ones rise. That's where the separation happens. Discipline over distraction, grit over gossip, focus over everything. You're not here to scroll your life away. You're here to build something real with your name on it. So don't break, don't bend. Don't let the temporary steal the permanent. Let them waste their time. Let them laugh. Let them sleep. While they drift, you lock in. While they play, you train. While they quit, you continue. And one day when the lights are on and the world starts paying attention, they'll say it happened overnight, but you'll know the truth. It was the focus, the hours, the obsession, that discipline, that tunnel vision. That's what made you, because everything fades, the applause, the hype, the noise, but the work you did, the focus you kept, that's what stays, that's what speaks, that's what lasts. So stay locked in, stay dangerous, stay dialed in on the mission, because your focus is your power. So no, you don't have to shout back at the world. You don't have to explain yourself to people who were never really listening. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't need their approval. You don't need their applause. You just need to lock in, stay focused, keep building, let them talk, let them doubt, let them scroll, let them laugh. Because while they're distracted by noise, you're working in silence. You're building something they'll never understand until it's too late. You stay quiet. And let your results make the noise. Let your discipline echo through every win. Let your success do the talking. And if you're on this journey, If you're about growth, focus, and becoming something real, go watch my new video, Unlock the Power of Discipline. It'll shift your mindset and fuel your grind. Links in the description. Like the video, drop a comment with "I'm locked in" if you're serious about building in silence. Subscribe for more. This is Stoic Soul. We don't chase attention. We chase greatness.